Hi friends, Zachary Avery here. I'm coming at you today with a shorter sequence that's designed to get us into our bodies and help relieve some stress, reconnect us with our breath. And so our intention is that this can be like a little midday sequence. If you're just going about your life or your job or whatever you're doing and you're just about halfway through the day or just needing some movement in your body, this is a nice option. The only prop that we'll need today is a strap. If you don't have a yoga strap at home, you can use a belt or a scarf, or you can roll up a towel diagonally so it's nice and long, or just anything like that. Just having something belt or strap-like. And that's the only prop you need. So let's find a comfortable seat. Letting your hands rest on your knees or in your lap. Just taking a moment to get centered, to allow yourself to start to slow down, to start to shift from your head into your body. And a great way that we can do that is to connect with our breath. Just starting to notice your breath as it flows in and out through your nostrils. Giving yourself permission to start to slow down. Giving yourself permission just to take a little bit here to unwind. To let go of some of the tension and any of the burdens that you might be carrying. This is a beautiful opportunity to check in with yourself and to gift yourself whatever you need in this moment. Gently beginning to reach your left ear down toward your left shoulder. Just finding a spot where you can hang out comfortably, reconnecting with your breath. Maybe you want to stay here in stillness, or you have the option to bring some micro movements, starting to point your nose down toward your left armpit, and then pointing your nose up toward the ceiling or the sky above you, and just starting to go back and forth like that. Down and up, and the whole time your left ear is just continuing to reach down toward your left shoulder. We'll go through a few more rounds of this. And what you might notice as you're moving back and forth is there might be an area in between these two extremes of pointing down and pointing up, where your neck and your muscles just feel a little more tense or a little more tight. And if that's the case, I invite you to hang out right there in that space. Just giving yourself a moment to find stillness right there and breathe into that tight muscle, sending those fresh nutrients and that fresh oxygen right there into the muscle. You could even drop your right fingertips down to the mat or to the floor beside you. One more breath here. And then slowly beginning to release, coming back up to center, sitting up nice and tall, gently starting to switch sides. Dropping your right ear down toward your right shoulder. Initially here, just finding stillness. Starting to notice any sensations. And maybe you stay here in stillness the whole time, or you have the option to bring in those micro movements, starting to point the nose toward the armpits, up toward the ceiling, just going back and forth at your own pace, tuning into your body, noticing how your body is feeling in this moment, checking in with the different muscles and regions of the neck. And then once again, maybe you notice there's a point in between these two extremes where it would feel nice to hang out for a few breaths, giving yourself and those particular muscles a little bit of TLC. And if that's the case, I invite you to hang out right there. Breathing into the sensation, breathing into the tightness. Maybe visualizing like some smoke or some steam coming out of your nostrils with each exhalation, maybe dropping those left fingers down to the ground. Just feeling that tension melting and leaving your body. Slowly release, coming back up to center, sitting up nice and tall, gently dropping your chin down toward your chest. And slowly release, coming back up, moving through the center, gently lifting your gaze and your face up toward the ceiling, lengthening your throat, relaxing your shoulders and your neck and your jaw. Continuing to breathe through your nostrils. And slowly release, coming back to center. Just bringing in some gentle movement with the neck, turning your head so your chin is just above your left shoulder, then moving through the center and bringing your chin just above the right shoulder. Going back and forth a few more times. And you could stay right here, or you could come just above your left shoulder once again and then drop your chin down toward your shoulder and sweep your chin all the way across your chest until your chin is just above your right shoulder once again. And then you can start to do that if that feels good. Just sweeping the head from side to side, sweeping the chin across the chest on the way. Finding some half circles with the neck. And then you could stay there in these half circles, or if it feels okay on your neck, you can start to make some full circles with your neck. And then if you're making those full circles, we'll go ahead and change directions, starting to circle the other way. Coming back to center, sitting up nice and tall, starting to find some little circles and rolls with your shoulders. You could circle them back in the same direction, or you could alternate them, kind of like a figure 8. And then we'll switch the direction of those circles, those rolls. Coming back to center, starting to connect with the breath, inhaling as you intentionally create a little bit of tension, shrugging your shoulders up toward your ears. Exhaling, let it be dramatic. Your shoulders fall completely relaxed. In through the nose, inhale to shrug. Exhale through the mouth. Let it all go one more time in. And release. Maybe give it a little sigh as you let it all go, finding relaxation throughout your entire body. And then extending your arms forward, making gentle little fists with your hands, starting to find some circles with your wrists. And then we'll change those directions. Back to center, flipping your palms up toward the ceiling, gently bending your elbows, bringing your fingertips to the tops of your shoulders. Then start to make some circles with your elbows. Now these circles could be small, or they could be large, or they could be somewhere in between. They could be fast, or they could be slow. Just do what would feel good for your body in this moment. Changing directions. And then we'll open the elbows toward either wall, keeping the tips of the fingers right on the tops of the shoulders. We'll keep the elbows about level, the same height with the shoulders. And then we'll just start to connect with our breath and movement. So on your next inhalation, twisting to look toward the left wall. And then on your next exhalation, twisting to look toward the right wall. And just keep moving at your own pace with your own breath. Just finding these gentle little twists. Do one more round here. And coming back to center, releasing the hands. Maybe it would feel nice to shake out the hands, the arms. You want to find some circles, some nice big circles with your arms, whatever would feel good. And then coming back to center, back to stillness. And then let's find our strap or your belt, whatever your thing is. We're going to take a wide grip, probably a little bit wider than your knees. And once again, we're going to connect breath with movement. On your next inhalation, starting to reach that strap right up overhead, just right up over the top of your head. And then as you exhale, this is where you might want to take a little bit wider grip, but you'll find your sweet spot as we go here. As you exhale, you're going to start to move the strap back behind you, moving it down toward the ground. So you might go all the way to the ground, or you might just reach down toward the ground. You don't have to get all the way to the ground. We're just moving in that direction. And then as you inhale, coming back up overhead. Exhale, coming back down in front. Go through a few rounds of this together. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Keep going at your own pace. Let's go through one more round here. Inhaling up, exhaling down, inhaling back up overhead. And then staying right up overhead there, and let's move that strap just a few inches back behind. So you're just opening the chest here, and then starting to find a nice little diagonal, dropping your left hand down as you reach your right hand up, breathing into that space. Breathing into any sensations that you might be feeling. Slowly release, coming back up to center just behind the head. And then we'll switch sides. Right down, left up. Finding that nice diagonal. Coming back to the breath. Coming back up overhead. And then right up overhead again, and then exhale, drop that strap down, maybe shake it out. Hopefully you're feeling some nice circulation and things moving. So now we'll take the strap in our left hand, and we're going to reach the left arm straight up toward the ceiling, sitting up nice and tall, and then start to bend your left elbow, dropping your left fingertips down to your spine. And then your right arm is going to come around back. So the right elbow will point down toward the ground. And then find that strap with your right hand. It could be down here. Maybe you could walk it up a little higher. Maybe your fingers touch. We're just using the strap to help us find this connection and this sensation. And I invite you to breathe into whatever you're feeling. And then slowly release, reaching back up overhead with the left arm. And then all we're going to do is switch sides, bringing the strap into your right hand, reaching up, straight up for the ceiling, sitting up nice and tall, bending that right elbow, dropping the right fingers down to the spine. Left arm comes around back, finding that strap with your left hand. Again, maybe your hands stay right where they are. Maybe you walk your hands toward each other. And we'll slowly release. Moving that strap off to the side. And then we'll come onto all fours, coming into tabletop pose. So the wrists are below your shoulders, the knees are below the hips. The fingers are spread wide, tops of the feet are relaxed, starting to connect with your breath, inhaling as you tilt your head and tailbone up toward the ceiling. Exhaling as you arch your back, dropping your chin down toward your chest. Inhaling up into cow pose, exhaling down into cat pose. Continuing back and forth at your own pace. Go through one more round. Inhaling up, exhaling down to tabletop. And now to show our legs some love here, we're going to curl the toes, making contact with the mat with all 10 toes, starting to press the hips up and back, coming into downward facing dog, pressing down into the mat with the hands, pressing your face back toward your legs, heels reaching down toward the mat, hips reaching up toward the ceiling, finding some movement, bending one knee as you press your opposite heel down into the mat, and then switching sides, pedaling the feet back and forth, getting into the calves here and the legs. Back and forth at your own pace. And then finding a deep bend in both knees. And then pressing up and back in a downward facing dog. And then starting to bend your knees, coming back down into tabletop. And we'll come back into a comfortable seat. And we'll just spend a moment reconnecting with the breath in stillness and in silence. Maybe your heart rate went up a little bit with that downward facing dog. Just giving yourself a moment to allow the breath to slow back down, allowing your heart rate to slow back down. Giving yourself a moment of calm and peace before you re-enter your day. Really intentionally feeling your entire body begin to soften, begin to relax. Maybe even feeling these sensations as if it was just like warmth or like honey that started and was being poured at the top of your head and then was just flowing down gradually throughout your entire body until it gets all the way down to your toes. We'll bring our palms together in front of the center of our chest. May all beings be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of our lives contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. Thank you for joining me in this quick practice today. Take care. Namaste.